After The Last Jedi, I honestly thought there was no chance that this next Star Wars movie would be so controversial. I really thought a lot of people were going to like this movie. Not everybody, but a lot of people. Boy, was I wrong. Oh my god, was I wrong? Oh my gosh. Hey everybody, Miguel the Movie Encyclopedia here. Today I'm going to be reviewing the final film in Disney's first Star Wars trilogy, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, starring Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Oscar Isaac. From the initial reactions to its release, The Rise of Skywalker has been met with a buttload of controversial reviews, so it's really time for me to weigh in. Quick plot synopsis of the film: the movie follows Poe, Finn, and Rey as they lead the surviving members of the Resistance against the First Order for one more battle in the final chapter of the Skywalker saga. I really can't tell you any more than that without spoiling major plot points in the film, which is a big part of why I really enjoyed this movie. The story constantly kept me on my toes and had several surprises that I was not expecting going into this movie, despite some very predictable moments in the second half. So let's get into some of my favorite parts of the movie. The action and visual effects, no surprise here, are spectacular. I mean, truly stunning. This movie has some of the best visual effects of all the Star Wars movies. Not to say that the other Star Wars movies had bad visual effects. They all had brilliant visual effects. But this movie, I feel like, really took it a step above. And you really feel that. The movie has a lot more action and adventure than the first two Star Wars films in this trilogy, which keeps the story a lot more interesting, in my opinion, than the previous films. On top of that, the performances by all the actors, Daisy Ridley, returning actor Billy D. Williams, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac, Carrie Fisher, Anthony Daniels, and many, many other actors are really great. But if I had to give a special shout out, it would have to be to Ian McDiarmid's returning performance as Emperor Palpatine. I was really worried going into this movie that after 14 years, Ian McDiarmid had lost his touch as Palpatine. But I can honestly say without a doubt that he is just as evil, powerful, and truly vile in this movie as he was in literally every other Star Wars movie with the Emperor. He is phenomenal. Honestly, I really feel like he deserves an Oscar after all these years of playing this character. Every time I see him, he just feels like the compilation of evil, and this movie is no different. Something that I really enjoyed about this film was how it avoided a lot of the narrative mistakes made in The Last Jedi, specifically with the characters. The main characters of this movie, Poe, Finn, and Rey, stick together for the majority of the film, and there are no boring subplots in this film, at least not as much as the last Star Wars movie. On top of that, Rise of Skywalker answers almost all the unanswered questions from the first two movies, while providing tons of fun fan service and cameos, most of which were completely unexpected, which is a big part of the Rise of Skywalker's allure. There are so many great moments from throughout the Star Wars universe, both the movies, the TV shows, the comics, everything that are shown in this movie that feels like this is a movie truly made for the people who have stuck with this franchise for 42 years. Now, for me personally, what made The Rise of Skywalker stand out compared to previous films, both in this trilogy and in the other 6 Star Wars movies, was the story's focus on what has made Star Wars such a beloved part of pop culture and film history. The epic struggle between good and evil, the struggle between the Jedi and the Sith, and the incredible power of hope that is necessary to defeat insurmountable odds. These themes are amplified tenfold in this trilogy topper, which gives The Rise of Skywalker a sense of epicness, of conclusion, of finality, not seen since the original Star Wars trilogy. I mean, there were some moments that just had me as a fan in awe, complete and utter awe. I haven't felt that way since watching the original trilogy or watching Revenge of the Sith. This was truly a really great Star Wars movie. But it is not without its problems, as to be seen in almost every Star Wars movie in this trilogy. I've had to make my major complaints against this movie, it would have to be during the second half of the film. Although the conclusion of this movie was really satisfying and enjoyable, there are a couple of moments in the story that felt solely engineered for the fans. And even though there are some moments that work, there are some moments that just feel so made only for the fans that it just lacked creativity. It lacked the imagination of the rest of the movie. And you can really feel that in certain moments towards the end. Although the action, visual effects, story, and acting can be really brilliant in the second half, there were a few moments that felt like that had me questioning, why is this in the movie? And I'm like, this is so predictable. Why is this happening? Why is this happening? There are a few parts where I wanted to scream at the screen because of some stupid story choices, which doesn't make this one of the all-time best Star Wars movies. However, there are enough exciting, emotionally powerful, and downright fun moments to keep many fans, both new and old, happy. All in all, I ended up coming out of this movie a lot more satisfied than I was expecting. The Rise of Skywalker, I thought, was not only a great end to this trilogy, but I thought was a very good end to the overall Skywalker saga. I'm going to give Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker a 7.5 out of 10 stars. I hope you will like this video. If you did, please subscribe to my channel, like the video, and leave comments below. And even if you didn't like the video, please still like, subscribe, and comment on this video. Make sure to share this with all your friends on your various social media channels. Until my next video, see you next time.